Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Sacred Union Energy Update. I think that's what we're doing, but we'll see what comes through today. First, I want to share with you guys a story of manifestation and the power of your mind and how you create your reality and how this energy is constantly shifting. So, as some of you guys know, you might have seen me wearing this bracelet on the channel before. This bracelet means a lot to me because it was my grandmother's. Her name is actually engraved on this heart right here. So it's sentimental to me. I wear it a lot when I want to feel her with me, when I want to feel her energy with me. I ended up losing it the other day. I had gone out and I came home and I realized it wasn't on my wrist. And I looked through the house to make sure it wasn't there, but it wasn't, and I didn't know where it was. But what was interesting about this, it was sad and I was disappointed, but whereas in the past I would have gotten extremely upset, and I just fixed it. It looks like the clasp came loose or something. So whereas I would have been extremely upset because I used to become very attached, sentimentally attached to objects and things, especially things that hold memories for me. I have always, since I was a little girl, believed that everything holds energy and everything holds vibrations. And I used to be very attached to things because of that, because I was actually holding on to the energy and the memory and the vibration. But in recent years, over the past 3 years on this ascension journey, I have really learned how to let go of that attachment to people, to places, to things. And it doesn't mean that you don't grieve when you lose something, whether that is a person, that is a thing, an object, or that's, a location. It doesn't mean that you don't grieve. You just move through the emotions and don't become so attached to it that you latch onto it. And that's actually what I felt with this bracelet. I was upset, but I knew that I hadn't lost a connection to my grandmother. This, in essence, is just a bracelet. Yes, it has sentimentality. Yes, it has memories attached to it, but in the end, a bracelet is a bracelet. And so I went to bed that night calling on my Archangel Chamuel, and I said, please help me find my bracelet if I'm meant to find it. And the next morning, I, did a quick sweep of the house, just as I was walking through my house. And I didn't go berserk. In the past, I would have been turning over cushions and looking under the floors and, all this stuff, trying to find what I had lost. But I didn't this time because I realized that I hadn't really lost anything. Again, it was a bracelet. It wasn't my grandmother. It wasn't the memories. It wasn't the energy of her. That's really what this journey has opened me up to, especially with working so closely with energy. So I said to myself, okay, you know what? As I'm walking through the house, I'll just keep my eyes peeled, but I'm not going to have any expectations. I let go of the expectations, let go of the control. I said, God, universe, source, I said, if I'm meant to find this, I know you'll help me find this. I know this was a lesson in showing me how to release expectations and also showing me how much I have transformed in this journey and let go of the attachment, that it's okay to feel that grief. It's okay to feel disappointment and sad, but that I don't have to hold on to that. So I get in my car, I reach for the door handle, and I feel something hanging from the door handle. It's my bracelet. And I just looked at the sky and I laughed because I said, I can't believe that. Not only did I manifest losing it, because earlier that day I said, I should probably change my bracelet because I don't want to lose this. I had this feeling inside of me that I didn't want to lose it, and I've never had that feeling before anytime I've put it on. But I ignored that feeling and went about my day. So I manifested losing it, the experience of losing it, but I also manifested it coming back to me. So that is the power of your thoughts. I didn't let myself sink into that low vibration of control and resistance and holding on and fear of, oh my God, I'm never going to see this bracelet again. I let go of that attachment. I let go of that expectation. I let go of that control. Let myself feel whatever I needed to feel in the moment and just said, it's up to you, universe. You know that I want to manifest this bracelet back into my life, but what's meant to be will be. And there it was, hanging off my door, the inner door handle, no less. And how it broke and how that happened, I have no idea. How I didn't recognize it, I have no idea, but there it was. And it was almost like my angel had placed it there. And it was incredible. It was incredible. It was an incredible learning experience, an incredible showcase of just how powerful we are, just how powerful the mind is, just how we create and co-create based on our energy and our vibrations. And we can even take this, I'm going to put this over here, we can even take that as a metaphor for this journey, for our sacred partnerships. Because just because your partner might be out of your physical reality, if you're not in communication, doesn't mean that you've lost them. Did it mean that I lost my grandmother just because I didn't have the physical bracelet? No, her energy was still with me. Her love was still with me. So that felt like a really nice metaphor for this journey as well as how we have transformed on this journey. How we have grown and let go of the attachment. Doesn't mean you let go of the love. Doesn't mean you let go of the appreciation. Doesn't mean you let go of even the dream and the wish and what it is that you want to manifest. But you let go of the control and the resistance and you just surrender. Okay, if my bracelet is meant to be in my life again, it will manifest again. Okay, if my sacred partner is ready, if my sacred partner is meant to be in my life, at my vibration, they will be in my life at my vibration. You let go of the attachment and you see miracles happen, because a miracle really is just a shift in perspective from fear, that control, that resistance, to love, which is that flow, which is that surrender. Because you are more powerful and sovereign and divine than you can even understand. That's what you are awakening to. That is what you're ascending to. That is what you are remembering. So I wanted to share that story with you guys because it felt appropriate for what we talk about on this channel. And it was just kind of amazing to me. So let's get into these sacred partnerships and see what is going on with the energy. The last energy update we did was for the full moon in Scorpio. We have been channeling that there seems to be a massive shift that is occurring. We have 3 planets in retrograde right now: Saturn, Venus, and Jupiter. And it's a lot of it is about karma coming back to the surface. And karma is just cause and effect. The energy of what you put out, especially with your thoughts, is the energy that you get back. And so there is a lot of karma that is coming up to the surface to be cleared at this time, which is creating even more shifts. Once you clean the karma, maybe, once you clear the karma, you've raised in vibration. But your thought process, the vibration that you hold within you, your heart, where you are in your heart space, the love that you hold, that is what helps to clear the karma. Your vibration and your thought process is what helps to clear the karma. Looking at yourself, having that level of self-awareness and self-understanding is what helps to clear the karma. Because you can't look outside of yourself for what is already inside of yourself. So there are some major shifts that are happening. There is communication that is coming in, reunions that are coming in. With Venus energy going into retrograde, my understanding of that, I'm not an astrologer, but my understanding of that is that we are looking within ourselves for a lot of self-love, reflecting on that self-love and how that maybe reflects in your outside relationships with others as well. So if there are issues that are popping up in your relationships, it's looking within yourself and seeing, okay, how am I contributing to that? Again, that level of self-awareness and self-understanding. If there are positive transformations that are happening, again, it's because of the inner work that you're doing, the love that you're holding within yourself, that high vibration that you're holding within yourself. That self-love is the most important thing on this journey. Loving yourself, because that love then reflects out on your outside world. And that is what karma is. It's that cause and effect energy. The more you love yourself, the more you believe yourself to be abundant in finances, in love, in friends, in family, in home life, in career, business, whatever it is. If you hold an energy of abundance, you're going to see that reflected back to you. If you hold a negative energy of lack mindset, scarcity mindset, that's what's going to be reflected back to you. That is karma. Karma is that energy of cause and effect. The vibrations that you hold within is what you see reflected back to you. So that's the lesson that we're learning. That is what we are mastering on this journey. We are clearing the karma, the negative karma, and learning how to welcome in the positive, to welcome in the vibration of love and harmony and peace. Okay, so what's going on? I'm not going to do, we'll just pull some cards and see what the energy is for these sacred partners. Yeah, justice. See, that is the balancing of the karma. That's the balancing of the scales, the law of cause and effect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a good shuffle, and we'll just pull some cards and see who we're channeling for today. Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine, or both. Spirit, what messages do you have for us today for these sacred partners? What messages do you have for us today for these sacred partners? What messages do you have for us today for these sacred partners? What messages do you have for us today for these sacred partners? You have the Strength card. I'm going to get 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Yeah, okay. This is nice. The energy that I'm getting here is a taming of the ego with the Strength card. The taming of the beast. And when I say tame, I don't mean control. Control is looking outside of yourself, trying to control another person when you can only control yourself. You can only control your own reactions. You can only control your own self-love. You can only control your own behaviors, your patterns, your thoughts. That is your gift. That is your sovereign power, where you are in control of yourself. You will never be in control of another person, and another person can never be in control of you. With this Strength card, there's an energy of overcoming and an energy of taming yourself, taming your thoughts, so that you are in that high vibration, letting go of the karma, letting go of that negative vibration or that low vibration, and really stepping into your internal power, really stepping into your strength. The more you tame the ego, which pops up as what I like to call ego flares. It pops up in control, pops up in resistance, pops up in a lack of ability to connect with other people, a lack of ability to connect with yourself. Those are all the unevolved or lower vibrational energies that we are clearing at this time. This really feels like Divine Masculine energy, but remember, you hold both energies within you, so take it as it resonates for you. So what's happening here is you're really overcoming this. And what they're actually showing me is, you see the woman here, she's reminding me of the Temperance card. And I want to see, because I had seen her when I was shuffling. So let me just get that card here. Here we go. They're reminding me of the Temperance card. And that's what they're saying here. This is that healing energy, healing the ego. You don't have to kill the ego. The ego can be a healthy part of you, because that's the human aspect that you self-identify with in your human experience. But the survival mechanism of the ego, the part that tells you that you have to live in fear, the part that's trying to protect you, that part that's trying to help you to survive, the part that gets you into fight or flight reflex, the part that makes you feel like you have to control everything, that is the part that you are healing. That is the part that you are balancing out. What I like about this Temperance card is that this is that alchemy, that inner alchemy, balancing out the masculine and feminine energies within you. And when you balance out those energies within you, the distortions, you clear the distortions, you clear that karma. Once you do that, then you come to that inner peace. True inner peace, not the false peace that the ego mind likes to say, because the ego mind really likes to trick us into a false sense of security. But this is about that true inner peace that you feel within your heart space, and that reflects back to you in every area of your life. That's that divinity within you. That's that sovereignty within you. That's that self-mastery within you. Coming to that place of peace, so that no matter what happens in your life, you have that healthy ego to be able to not just cope, and not just survive it, but to thrive from it. It's recognizing this is teaching me. This is showing me something about myself. This is an experience that I'm having to learn, to grow. Recognizing everything as a growing and learning opportunity, as an experience that you're having for a purpose. There is nothing in this life that is without meaning. Everything has meaning and an effort to help you to grow and connect back to yourself and connect back to the soul of yourself, the truth of yourself. And so this really has this healing energy about this, and that's what I'm feeling with this lion here. Is this really feels like she is taming the unhealthy egoic parts of herself or himself. This is that healing energy, that temperance energy. So with this moon and the Page of Wands, what I'm feeling here, I'm feeling a clarifier for the Page of Wands. Let me get a clarifying card. With this moon card, what I really feel is there are things that are coming up to the surface. The ego fights back. That's what I call those ego flares. The ego really does try to fight back when it is being healed, because all it knows is survival. It doesn't know how to thrive. But that's the old paradigm. That 3D paradigm of survival, that's what we're moving out of. That's what we're ascending out of. More into an energy of thriving. And I think we talk about that in one of the dailies this week, so make sure you check that out. We're ascending to a new level of consciousness. To a level of consciousness where we're recognizing how powerful we are, and not power coming from a place of controlling others, but a place of power of self-mastery, our own self-mastery, recognizing that we create our own reality. And because we create our own reality, whatever we see in our outside world is truly a reflection of ourselves. So if there is chaos and conflict within our outside world, we have to look within ourselves and say, okay, where's this chaos and conflict within us? Where am I experiencing that within myself? Where am I in conflict with myself? And that conflict is usually the ego mind. And if you're experiencing abundance and peace in your outside world, that's because you're in that high vibration of abundance and peace within. We create our reality, our external reality. And the more people who come into that self-mastery, the more people who raise in their vibrations, that has a ripple effect to affect the collective consciousness. And that's how these global mass awakenings are happening. Because the more people who recognize themselves, who do the inner work, the shadow work, the more people who take that self-awareness and self-accountability and transform their thoughts, their negative patterns, their behaviors, who overcome their ego, who find the strength to start fresh in this Page of Wands energy, to start their life from a place of taking action for themselves, taking responsibility for their lives, the more that vibration ripples out to affect other people who then awaken and do their own inner work. And that then shifts and transforms the collective consciousness into a more positive direction, into that fifth dimensional consciousness. That is how we enter that new earth energy. And what they're actually saying is, so many of us over the course of the past few years, they're actually showing me 2012 is when everything started shifting. Over the course of the past decade or so, because people have been doing this inner work, because people have been doing this shift within themselves, that is now starting to reflect in the outside world. And it might look like chaos, because when you bring up all that karma, when you bring up all that, what I like to call soul sludge, it's a purge. You're getting rid of it. You're clearing it. And it's not always pretty. It's not always easy. In fact, it can be quite painful. But that's where you have your support team. That's where you have your spirit team. That's where it's most important to connect to yourself and to your higher power, to source energy, to love. I had channeled a message that I'm going to post in the next few days on Instagram and Facebook. Ask yourself, am I in alignment with love? That's the only question that you ever have to ask yourself. Is this reaction in alignment with love? Is this behavior in alignment with love? If the answer is no, you have the power to shift that. And as you shift that, that vibration ripples out across the universe, not just the planet, but the universe as a whole. And it's that cause and effect. Because you shift in your vibration, the effect is it's having a positive impact on the universe as a whole, on the planet as a whole, on your life as a whole, especially if you want to bring it down to the microcosm. So with this Page of Wands, it really feels like fresh energy. It really feels like you taking action for yourself. Yeah, this really feels like you going deep within, recognizing your intuition, following your intuition to your abundance. This really feels like putting the past. This is bright energy. This is vibrant energy. This is putting the past behind you in order to welcome in your abundance, in order to welcome in your desires, recognizing that you are a master of yourself. And you have that strength to start this new journey towards your 10 of Pentacles. Things are going to come up. The moon, what was once hidden, will be revealed. That message has been coming in for quite a while now. Yeah, there's going to be truth and clarity that's coming in to help you through this process. It's too many. Tell me more about the moon here. Tell me more about the moon here. Yeah, this is going to lead you to this sense of victory, to this sense of success, to taking action and having this fire lit within you, this renewed passion within you, because you have this newfound sense of clarity, and you're no longer in that stagnant energy. What once was hidden is now being revealed. This is a season of forward motion, especially for these sacred partners. Again, take the energy here as it relates to you. This feels like a lot of divine masculine energy here, but you have that masculine energy within you, even as divine feminine. So make sure you're taking it as it is resonating for you and your life. This is clarity that is coming in. This is a season of forward motion. This is a season of transformation and change. This is a season of fresh start because you are doing the work at taming your ego, recognizing yourself, recognizing your ego, recognizing your poor patterns or behaviors or things that you need to change, even things in your external world that need to change. This is you having the strength to overcome any low vibrational or negative or toxic energy or unhealthy energy, to start fresh in order to move towards your 10 of Pentacles, in order to move towards this vibrant new life. This feels like new earth energy, this 10 of Pentacles here. This feels like new earth energy, and that is a transformation. It doesn't happen overnight. Remember, everything is a process. But you have the power to shift your energy at any time to move further along in the process, to transform the process for your benefit, for their highest good. You have the power to shift your timeline for your best and highest good by shifting your thoughts, by shifting your vibration to one of love rather than one of lack or scarcity or attack or victimhood. You have that power within you. You have that strength within you. And so because of that, what was once hidden from you is now being revealed. There's more clarity coming into you. There's more insight coming into you. There's more self-reflection coming into you. And because of that self-reflection, what's happening is you're going to see greater success. You're going to see a refreshing energy of motivation, wanting to take action for your life, a renewed sense of passion for your life, getting out of that stagnant energy. Illuminated about what your purpose is, illuminated about what your passions are, illuminated about who you are, whether on a soul level or on a human level. And remember, becoming a master of self, a self-master, an ascended master is what they're actually saying. Becoming an ascended master is recognizing the bridge between the human experience and your spiritual self, that they are not separate. What we're remembering and waking up to is understanding that we're remembering our sacred self. We're remembering our spiritual self. That is part of the awakening process. But we can't negate the human experience as well, because that's just creating division. Again, that's just creating separation again. We're recognizing that the human experience is a part of our spiritual self. The human experience is what helps us to grow and understand our spiritual self, our soul self. It's what helps us to transform. It's what helps us to evolve. And we chose the human experience on this planet at this time, in this incarnation, to not just accelerate our own evolution, but to help accelerate the evolution of everyone, because we are all made of the same source energy. We all come from that same love energy. We're all, what they had told me and channeled to me recently, we're all threads in the same divine tapestry. And that is the most beautiful way I've ever heard it channeled. We're all the same, different threads, different unique threads, having different unique human experiences, but woven together in the same beautiful divine tapestry from that same love energy. That's unity consciousness. And so we're having this human experience to evolve our souls, and as we evolve our souls, that is how we evolve as a planet and as a universe. That's how we expand. But we can't negate the human aspects of ourselves. That's what the healthy ego is all about. That's self-identification. But we're overcoming the toxic elements of ourselves. We're overcoming the unhealthy learned behavior, conditioning, patterns, programming. That's what we're overcoming here to create this fresh new start. Okay, so this feels like an ascension energy update, but I'm going to get some energy for divine masculine and divine feminine. So I'm actually getting called to clear this. So I feel like that needed to be said, that wanted to come forth. I haven't channeled in a while. It's been a little bit since I've channeled. So I feel like that message wanted to come forth. But let's see what's going on for these sacred partners. I'm actually going to use a different deck. I'm going to use this deck. So let's see what's going on with these sacred partners. Now that we've got the overview, and remember, sacred partnership is a pathway to ascension. So don't skip the first part of the reading, because that's part of your soul growth. That's part of your expansion. You know, you can't focus so much on your relationship and your partnership that you negate your own self-growth and expansion, because it's all a part of it. It's all one. Okay. And one more. All right, Spirit, what can you tell us about divine masculine and divine feminine now? What can you tell us about divine masculine and divine feminine? The sun. That feels like illumination. Illumination energy. 3 of Pentacles. King of Cups on the bottom, Ace of Cups, and then these 3 cards flew out, so I'm going to take them. 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands, and King of Cups on the bottom. Okay, let's see what's going on here. This is nice. Okay. The sun feels like illumination, and look at all those planets. Remember when we said that all the planets are in retrograde? We have Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus in retrograde right now, or going into retrograde. I believe they're in retrograde. Some of them are in retrograde until September, some until the end of June. I don't know the specifics. But what's interesting about that is creating transformation, because that is clearing what I just heard. It's a very strange way they put it. Clearing out the insides. Clearing out the insides. It's almost like what they're showing me is like machinery. And machinery can get stuck with all this gunk, all this, you know, the oil can backlog, and it's like it doesn't run. You don't run right? A machine doesn't run right if it's filled up with all this gunk. If it's filled up, you know, you have to clean it every once in a while so that it's like brand new. That's what they're showing me. It's like that's what's happening here, is you're going deep within yourself. And remember, the deeper within you go, the more you reflect and go within and clear out that soul sludge. Look at the shadow aspects of yourself. Look at yourself. The higher you ascend, because the deeper within you go, the more you're connecting with yourself. The more you're connecting with your truth. And not a truth that's outside of you, but the truth of what your soul is speaking to you. Listening to your soul rather than your ego. And your ego can sometimes sound like your soul, but it's only when you connect to that higher heart. It's only when you connect deep within yourself, by going deep within yourself, allowing yourself to do the deep dives and go deep within yourselves and face yourself, that's when you ascend, because the more you go within and clear out all that dense energy that's holding you down, the higher you raise in your vibration, and that is ascension. Ascension is those raised vibrations. Ascension is raising your vibrations and shifting in your consciousness. And the deeper you go within, the more you allow yourself to transform and shift in consciousness. That's what this feels like. What's happening with this cosmic energy is there's transformation that's happening because things are slowing down. We're not slowing down. We're not slowing down in our experience. In fact, things seem to be speeding up. But with everything in retrograde, it feels like things are slowing down so that we can reflect and go within, even as things in our outside world with our partners, with our businesses, with our careers are speeding up. That time for inaction, that stagnant energy is over. We have passed that. We have walked through that doorway. We've passed that. But so it's kind of paradoxical. Things are slowing down within us so that we can reflect, so that we can go within, while things kind of speed up at the same time. It's like slow down to speed up, that kind of thing. Slow down to speed up. So the more you go within, the more that 10 of Pentacles energy is able to come in. The easier you have that fresh start, because you're doing the inner work. This is illumination energy. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. This is what you're heading for. You're clearing out all of that darkness. You're clearing out all of that dense energy. You're shedding light on the shadows in order to illuminate your life. And what that's bringing in is this Three of Pentacles, which used to be my union card. Still is in a way, but this is collaboration. This is creativity. This is working together. This is that partnership energy. With the Ace of Cups, I like how this is paired because this has that sacred union energy, bringing in more love in a creative, collaborative process, working together in harmony with your sacred partner in this love. The Ace of Cups is one of my favorite cards because it is just a card of love, a new beginning in love, a fresh start in love. And I like the eye there because it's like you're finally seeing clearly. That's the illumination energy, because you are clearing out all that darkness. You are clearing out any of the past, any of the pain, any of the trauma that you had experienced. And you're recognizing it, allowing yourself to recognize it, not holding it down, not suppressing it, recognizing it, and allowing yourself to work through it. And I feel like with this Three of Pentacles right here in the middle, and the love and the sun, the happiness card on either side, what's beautiful about this is as you work through this, I feel like you and your partner will be working through this together. As you come into communication, as you come into harmony, I feel like there's going to be more communication that's coming between you two. I feel like there's more vulnerability. I feel like there's more intimacy. I feel like there's more heart-to-heart conversation, which is what brings about connection, which is what enables you to connect deeper and more intimately with one another. And so what's nice about this is it's like you're safe to work together now. You're safe in this love and in this illumination to go deep within yourself and continue to heal both yourself and the collective, whatever is coming up for transmutation. So this really feels like a nice energy being kind of balanced by this happiness and joy and this pure divine love to work together in this collaborative process, in this sacred union. Because now, where you were both kind of individual on your paths, working separately, you were never separate. Energetically, you were always still working together, but you might have gone your separate ways for a little bit to work on what you need to work on. But now it really feels like this is coming together so that you can work together in this harmony, which is going to bring about greater happiness, greater clarity, greater illumination, with greater love. So that really feels like positive energy here. We have the Knight of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Two of Wands. So the Knight of Cups is emotional communication that is coming in. What I like about the Knight of Cups is, for me, that's a card of sincerity. It's a card of, again, that intimacy. It's a card of emotionality. Not repressing your emotions, but now expressing your emotions, expressing yourself, and not in a toxic way, but in an inner peace kind of way, right under the sun, in an inner peace kind of way, a peaceful way, in a non-reactive way, expressing yourself from a sincere standpoint, expressing yourself and your emotions from a healthy way. With the King of Cups here, the King of Cups isn't always balanced in his emotions. He's not always sure of his emotions, not always willing to express his emotions. But I feel like here, because it's on the bottom of the deck, I feel like it's coming to light. Like it's not quite there yet, not quite balanced in their emotions yet, but it's coming to light. And I feel like with this more communication that's coming in, it's like it's right on the precipice here. You don't have to, you don't have to. It's like right here. It's right here on the precipice. We've been channeling that for a while with this card as well. That ship is coming in. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. That ship is coming in. That communication is coming in. That sincerity is coming in. Okay, I want to get some more clarifiers on this because I'm not sure what the Two of Wands is about, but this feels like that sincere communication is coming in. It's right on the horizon here. What they are telling me is it might feel a little bit stormy. There might be some back and forth communication as you enter into this stage of sacred union, as you enter into this communication, as you enter into this energy of intimacy and vulnerability. But as we talked about in the full moon in Scorpio energy update that I had just posted, I'll put a link in the description box below if you missed it, you're overcoming that fear of intimacy together. You're learning how to trust each other. You're learning how to trust love. You're learning how to trust yourself. You're learning how to take care of yourself. You're learning how to love yourself. You're learning how to be intimate with yourself and your own emotions. Especially for divine masculines, they don't know how to, or haven't known how to be in touch with their emotions because they were so emotionally suppressed throughout their lifetime. So they blocked trauma, they blocked any heartbreak, but they also blocked love. And so the more they get to know themselves, the more they learn how to love themselves, the more intimate they become with themselves and their emotions. And things might feel a little bit stormy in the meantime for them as those things come up to the surface, as they go through their purges, as they are getting to know themselves. But this is that sincerity. This is that sincerity. This is that vulnerability that's coming in. They're learning how to be more vulnerable with you as their counterpart because they feel safe with you. They know that they're safe with you. So let me get the Two of Wands. What's this Two of Wands here for? Hold on, they want me to use a card here. So there's something here. Nine of Swords. And Eight of Wands. This feels like that strength. Yeah, that Ace of Wands here. This feels like that overcoming energy. It feels like, okay, oh, got it. Okay, I'm going to do that as well. And here's that overcoming energy. The Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. He perseveres. He doesn't give up, even though he's fought so many battles. He knows what's on the other side. He knows that this brand new beginning, this awakening, this higher level of himself and for his life is on the other side of this battle, of this energy here. And so he might be a little bit drained. He might be a little bit exhausted, but he's still holding on. He's not giving up. That's perseverance. And I feel like divine masculines especially are in that energy. So with the Two of Wands here, we have the Nine of Swords, and then we have the Eight of Wands. And what they're saying is divine masculines especially are at a cross point, a crossroads, where they have choices once again to make, where they can stay in this energy of Nine of Swords, which is anxiousness, being up all night, really overthinking. These divine masculines are really overthinking in their heads. They're overthinking about how to come to you. They're overthinking about the love that they have for their divine feminines. They're overthinking about their past and feeling remorse about their past, regret about the life that they've lived up until this point. They're overthinking about finances. They're overthinking about business or career opportunities. They're overthinking about the next step for their life. They're just in a constant state of thinking, rather than allowing their intuition to really lead them. So they're in this state, not recognizing that their inner wisdom with this owl here and their higher power guidance, their intuition that's trying to come in here, these are both trying to come in through the window, but she's just ignoring him. Divine masculine is just so caught up in all of this mental anguish, all of these swords, all of this anxiety, that they're kind of just ignoring the wisdom and intuition from spirit that is trying to come into them. So they have a choice now. They have a choice that they can keep overthinking, keeping that same thought pattern. It's no coincidence that we talked about that in the beginning of the spread, or the beginning of the reading, that we really talked about thought patterns. We really talked about cause and effect and karma, because again, if you don't shift your thought patterns, if you don't shift in that consciousness, you're going to be caught in the same karmic loop. You have the power in your own self-mastery, not to control others, but to control yourself, to control your own thoughts. You have that power to shift your own perspective. And that's this energy. There is a new perspective. There is wisdom that is trying to come in. But if they're so caught up in this mental conflict, they're not seeing it. It's like they're shutting their eyes to it, trying to pretend it doesn't exist. It's like this is the boogeyman, and here you have this wisdom, and you have angels and galactic council and spirit guides trying to come in and help to guide them out of this mental conflict. But they're so focused on the boogeyman, so fearful of the boogeyman, their own shadow sides, their own regrets, their own remorse, their own future, their own past, whatever it is, whatever situation it is. It could be, whatever that energy is. They're so afraid that they're just kind of pulling the blankets over their eyes, pretending it doesn't exist. But the only way out is to listen to their higher power, to listen to that inner wisdom, that truth within themselves that is coming in and trying to free them from this mental entrapment, to free them from this energy, so that they can move forward towards this beautiful new beginning. This new beginning in love, this new awakening, this higher level of ascension, to take action for their lives, to be passionate about their life again. But again, so caught up in this mental anguish. So now they're at a crossroads where they can have this choice. They can stay caught in this anxiety, get caught in the same thought patterns, the same thought loop, or they can break free from this and take action towards a brand new life. But it is up to them. It is up to them. I'm going to get a couple of cards for Divine Feminine as well. What's Divine Feminine? What's going on with Divine Feminine? And their brand new life, what I'm hearing is their brand new life is right on the horizon, and things might seem very stormy for them, but their ship is coming in if they allow it. If they calm their mind, they calm the sea. And the journey going forward can be more clear. Calm the mind and calm the sea. And if they are honest with themselves, if they are sincere with themselves, if they become intimate with themselves and their own emotions, their emotional body. So, okay. Feminines, Seven of Cups. Divine Feminines, you're really dreaming about your future. You're really dreaming about... There's that Temperance energy again. You're really... Okay, let me get one more card. Divine Feminines, please. I'm not going to take that one. Divine Feminines, please. Divine Feminines, please. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Divine Feminines, you are really balanced, finding balance within yourself. Finding where once you might have been reaching out for others to offer you what you felt was missing within yourself, you're finding that within yourself. You're finding that balance within yourself because of that inner union within yourself. You're really uniting your masculine and feminine energies and recognizing when you're within either. I'm also hearing that you're clearing out the distortions. And because you're clearing out the distortions, again, you're doing your inner work. Because you're doing that, you're seeing that reflected back to you in your abundance, in your relationships, in your connections, in your business, whatever it is, in your finances, whatever it is, you're seeing that reflected back to you. So you're really in that high vibrational energy. And this Seven of Cups energy, this doesn't feel like confusion to me. This feels like options, opportunities. This feels like you're really daydreaming about what you want next for your life because you have been in this energy of healing. with Temperance, I'm actually getting, with this card, I'm actually getting Magician energy. This is alchemy. This is you learning how to manifest and transform, transmute. You have learned how to manifest and transform, transmute any of that toxic energy, any of that confusion into opportunity. You have really, you see how all of this is positive energy? This is the Gilded Royal Tarot. I have, it's the same in this deck as well. This is the original Gilded Tarot deck. One of my favorite decks. That's why I got this second one. Hold on, let me get this. What I love about these two decks is the Seven of Cups is such positive energy. That's not truthful for all of the traditional tarot decks. Some of the tarot decks, what's in those cups can be a little bit frightening, can be a little bit disconcerting. But what I love, if I can find it, what I love about these two decks is that it's all positive energy. You have the Violet Flame, you have a Flame of Passion, you have starlight, sunbeams, rainbows, bubbles, the Holy Spirit, you have this vine, you have peace doves, you have dragon energy, which is beautiful, protective energy. You have these trinkets, you have a rose, you have a castle, you have these angel wings, you have this divine feminine energy. This is all positive, and it's not always true for traditional tarot decks. Again, some of it can be a little bit frightening. But here it's all positive energy, and that's what you're recognizing. You're transmuting any confusion and any fear into possibility. You're recognizing that you have that power to bring about this opportunity, and I feel like you're manifesting, you're really daydreaming about what it is that you want next for yourself and for your life. That's where this Temperance energy is coming in. You are turning water into wine is what I just heard. You're turning water into wine. This is that alchemy energy. And because of that, you are really coming into a place of balance for yourself. Now, a message is coming in. Be wary about your energy. Be protective over your energy. Make sure that you are still filling up your own cup with self-care and self-love. Because there will be those, the higher you climb, the higher in vibration, the brighter you shine, there will be those who will be reaching out for that energy, trying to drag you down subconsciously. They will not be aware of this. People in your life might not be aware of this, but there are takers because they don't know how to build up for themselves. Divine Masculine was kind of doing this for you for a while as well, where they didn't know how to fill up their own cups, so it felt to you like they were taking from you. But it's because you were overextending, you were overgiving. You've really learned how to temper that part of yourself. You've really learned how to balance that part of yourself out where you're not overextending anymore. You're recognizing that people have the power themselves, and all you can do is lead. All you can do is guide by your own example. So the more you're balanced within yourself, the more you're saying, nope, I don't have the energy today. I'm not going to give. It's not being selfish. It's you recognizing yourself and what your needs are and making sure that your needs are met, that you're filling up your own cup. It's you balancing out yourself and allowing others, especially Divine Masculine, to take care of themselves, which Divine Masculines have some codependency issues where they are learning how to take care of themselves first and foremost, rather than reaching for others, especially others' energy, to take care of them for them, to fill them up for them. That's the inner work. The more they go deep within, the more they're clearing that codependency because they're realizing that they have that power themselves, but they have to believe it for themselves first, just like you have balanced yourself out. Okay. I'm going to end with how are you guys feeling about each other? And how are you guys feeling about each other at this time? And we'll be back hopefully on Friday with like a weekend update. This really felt like some ascension energy wanted to come in, some higher level energy wanted to come in. So we'll bring it back down to the connection and see what's actually happening in your connection. Patreon subscribers, I'm hoping to also have a pick a pile up for how are they feeling about you. So make sure that you check that out on the channel as well, on the Patreon channel as well. All right. How's Divine Masculine feeling about Divine Feminine at this time? How is divine masculine feeling about divine feminine at this time? How's divine masculine feeling about divine feminine at this time? How's divine masculine feeling about divine feminine at this time? I feel, so even without the card, I feel like there's so much passion and love for their divine feminine, and they're wanting to communicate it, but I still feel like they're holding themselves back. I feel like there is more communication that's happening. I feel like there's more vulnerability that's happening, but the full force of what they're actually feeling, they're holding back because I feel like they're still starting to recognize that within themselves first. They're starting to recognize their own self. They're starting to recognize their own love. And only as they do that do they recognize the love for their divine feminine. We have the honeymoon card, and on the bottom of the deck we have give your relationship a chance and heart-to-heart conversation. So yeah, I feel like they are wanting this harmony with their divine feminine. I feel like they're wanting, seeing this connection, recognizing this connection for what it is, recognizing this love for what it is, wanting to give this a true chance and work on this partnership together. But I do feel like there's more communication that has to happen. And it's only because divine masculines have to feel within their own heart space, be intimate with themselves, have that heart-to-heart with themselves. That's what is going to shift this connection into this honeymoon energy that they are so craving, this calmness, this bliss, this harmony. Because I do feel like they have felt that with you. They're craving that with you, but there's still some toxic elements that they have to clear first. Divine feminines, how are you feeling? Oh, that's too many. How are you feeling about your divine masculine? Divine feminines, how are you feeling about your divine masculine? Oops. We have very soon and keep an open mind. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, and keep an open mind. That's this energy of opportunity. You are manifesting. You are really looking at yourself and really looking at your life and manifesting what it is that you want in, especially when it comes to the sacred partnership. You're recognizing any place where there was any unhealthiness, any toxicity, and you're working to clear that and manifest in. Decide what it is that you want from your partnership. Decide what it is that you want from your relationship, upholding your boundaries. And because of that, you're releasing control and expectations of how this is unfolding, keeping that open mind. And because of that, it's manifesting in. So that feels good. Okay, I'm going to get a final message for counterparts using my own message deck. What do these counterparts want to say to each other? What do these counterparts want to say to each other? I'm holding space for you. And on the bottom of the deck, we have, I'm ready to take this leap of faith and let's rebuild together. So yeah, both of you, I feel like there might be a little period of separation. Even after reunion, even after communication, you might still be experiencing some periods of separation. But that is so that you can continue to do the healing work, the inner work, so that you can come back together in this partnership. And now, when I say separation, I'm not talking months and years. I'm talking, days, weeks, maybe months. Take it as it resonates for you. Everybody is on a unique path, even though we're part of the collective. You can reach out to me at Susan on Spiritual for your own personal reading if you want me to look into your own situation. But what this feels like is just taking some time apart to fill back up on love, to recognize, reflect on your relationship, reflect on your connection, reflect on yourself, say, where do I still need to do the healing work, holding space for yourself and holding space for each other in order to do that in that container of love, in that space where you realize and recognize finally that you're not separate, even if you are not physically in proximity with each other. There is no separation between these counterparts. You're energetically always bonded in this love. And so that's what you're recognizing. And I feel like even in that physical separation, you're still holding space and holding that love for each other. And that is what holding space really is. It's holding love and not controlling love, but holding that love so that you both can grow and continue to transform. And what you're transforming into is being ready for each other, both matching each other in vibration. Now, if you're in physical communication and physical proximity, you're both in a high vibration. Even if you have toxic elements, even if there are unhealthy behaviors, if you're in this sacred partnership, I'm not talking about like karmic connections, you'll know the resonance of what your relationship is. And if you don't, then it's time for you to go deep within and be honest with yourself. But if you're in physical proximity and communication, you guys are matching each other. Maybe not completely matching each other, but you're in high enough vibration to be in each other's experience, to be in each other's reality. And so there might be some behaviors and elements and patterns that still need to be shifted, some consciousness that still needs to be shifted, some thought processes that still need to be shifted, some vibration that still needs to be raised, but you are energetically on at least kind of the same wavelength. And so what you're doing is you're coming back together on that same wavelength. Again, working out the kinks that any relationship, any partnership has, but really ready to work together with this Three of Pentacles, really ready to work in this safe container of love, again, being flanked by the Sun and the Ace of Cups, this new beginning in love, this happiness, this joy, this harmony, working together in this partnership, ready to take this leap of faith towards each other, to trust one another, and to build this connection together, putting the past in the past and build the connection together. Again, upholding your boundaries, not tolerating any unhealthy or toxic behavior, really not overgiving, not overextending, not being selfish. Divine Masculines have been in a really selfish energy as well. Not being selfish, really balancing out those energies of give and receive, that flow of love. That's where the love can truly flow, when the love is not blocked by either selfish behavior or overextension, overgiving. That's when love can truly flow between you guys. That's when you really are matched on the same vibration. That's where the harmony really exists. That's what's happening now. And so there might be some periods where you are taking some time to yourself, but that's just so you can go deeper within yourself. And again, the deeper you go within yourself, the higher you raise in your vibration, the higher you ascend, because you're clearing out all of that dense energy that's holding you back and holding you down, ready to start this next chapter, this next phase of your journey together with this leap of faith towards each other, rebuilding your connection together. Wow, that last segment felt very strong and very intense, so you guys might be feeling some of that energy as well. We'll be back on Friday with another Sacred Union energy update and see what's actually going on with these counterparts in this physical partnership. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and we'll see you soon. Bye.